Born on your own, die on your own. Kitties them cat dip on the ringtone. Yeah, I got my money up, that's grown. Big Max, no love, get shown. Born on your own.
What's going on, man? I go by the name of Maxsta, aka Mitch7 when I produce and stuff also. And today we're with computer music and we're about to do a breakdown of Born on Your Own featuring JME. Because obviously I made the beat, innit? So yeah, we're about to do that. So we started off I started off even, with just the Philharmonic plugin. Like it's like my go-to really for strings and stuff. So cello staccato is like the sound that I went for, just because I like the kind of choppy string thing in Grime. I love that effect of just not lasting too long and just cutting in and that. So I put a little riff in that I feel like just note-wise it just kind of had that like icy the icy feel of Grime. It was giving me it a little bit. So obviously I slapped on a neutron. If you know about the isotope neutron, I slapped that on there and gave myself like a little guide of how to kind of mix the strings, and then kind of tweaked it a little bit just to like boost the bits that I wanted. And then there's this cool little thing that comes with Machine called Ice, which literally like it just like adds that kind of. So obviously I didn't want too much of it. I didn't want it to sound too like robotic or nothing. So I just gave it a little bit. So yeah, started with the strings, and then really like there's another sound which I'm gonna have to show you later on the other part of this. There's a sound that's like missing at the moment, but it's just like a pad that like goes underneath it to support the strings and give it like a ambience and make it just, you know, wing through. So yeah. After that, it was like, alright, cool, it's like, it's about the rhythm, you know? So, without showing you too much of the rhythm. What did I do? I went for this clap, I looked at the pack, I used the pack London Grit from like Machine. If you make Grime and you're like, you want like a concise pack with sounds that just give you like, I don't know, just the signature sounds, man. The claps that just clap off and the kicks that boom and give you the real, and the hi-hats that just ain't too tinny and doing all that stuff, and the good effects of Grime. Definitely check out the London Grit pack, because it was so straightforward for me. I never had to look for sounds at all. I literally just like, it's suited to Grime. It's a Grime expansion pack, so I went into it. And then, so like away from the strings now, all that's been added is like the closed hi-hat and the clap in place, and just like I wanted to give it a bit of a bubbly rhythm. So I feel like I played it all in pads and just really felt it out, like where you're hearing the boom, 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 boom. I was literally just like kind of having a good time. I started with the kick, set it like boom, boom. I'll play it just the kick. Yeah. Oh yeah, there's some bass in that. Yeah. Yeah, so it's already kind of, it's like beating at you, you get me? It's coming for you. And then, like, simple, it's just like, just putting them in the right pockets and it's just simple, you get me? Not trying to do too much. There's like more kicks come in later on in the tune and stuff. And then even with the hi-hat, like a lot of times I will do like, like the typical hi-hats and do like rolls and do like all like the mad stuff that you can do. But this one, I was in a place where I started to kind of just embrace a bit of minimalism and put in like percussion and stuff. So yeah, I went minimal with it, and it's just like, and I feel like that one's just like when people are skanking to the beat, it's like they go in, and then that one comes like come here, come back, you get me, come back, and then cool, yeah. So that's like those drums, kick, clap, and bruv, closed hi-hat fidelity too, you get me? And then obviously there's that bass sound, yeah. What's going on? Yeah, and then so the bass, I think literally like I mocked it, like everything's from that same pack, do you know what I mean? I just said, let me make a London Grit beat, you get me? That sounds like London and sounds gritty, like. So the bass, if it's not exactly from that pack, I'm sorry, but it's probably just from somewhere native, their thing, right? I just made the bass kind of stick to that minimal formula, like I didn't want it to pop up in the spaces. Like I just wanted it to support what was already going on. You know what I'm saying? Like build that house of minimalism real quick. It's just 2 notes, boom, literally, yeah. And without it, it's simple, but like, yeah, bring it back in, it's like, right place. Yeah, alright, cool. So obviously, just there as well, what I just showed you there, the first bit was like the first 8 of the verse, and then towards the second half of the verse, you start hearing all the like, the dialing, sound effect, you start hearing the woo and stuff, and I just feel like obviously transition effects like they're like mad important. Like I used to think my beats didn't even need them, do you know what I mean? I used to think, bruv, it's just music, so why do I need like all these extra random sounds and stuff? But then it was like, you just understand music, you understand arrangement, and then you understand there's like a purpose for everything, you know? So ring, yeah, old time, what's it? Bass, okay, so yeah. And then now, like more strings on the chorus, basically, kind of like adding a different arrangement, and then like you're just hearing that what is it? Where's that come from? Yeah, I got another closed hi-hat in there, where it's just like it's just aiding the rhythm, because obviously, like I said, arrangement in it. So I was like, what can I do? What's one of the things I can do now, building into the chorus and emphasizing it just like proper, without adding a whole next dimension to it, because I was so happy with like the bubble. So it's just like, and with everything else, it just like, it's all call and response. They're all like high-fiving each other basically, and everything's got space, everything's kind of calculated to just work with each other and snap and make you do all the moves, you get me? Because that's one thing I think, just like in general with me, like I think making this beat was at a time where I was thinking, I want to make grime beats and I want to just bring back the dance like into it. Like I want to bring back the vibe, not that it's gone anywhere, but just like I just wanted to, for my own stuff, I wanted to bring like a dancey thing into it. So I spent time like going to raves, man, like going to Ace Hotel, like, and going to places in Shoreditch and shit, like just standing by the speakers, you get me? Like standing by the speakers and like watching people dance. And then I felt like with grime, obviously it's like when I watch the old school videos of like, I don't know, like Dizzy Rascal, whoever, like doing their thing, it's like girls in dresses in the front doing all of that, like they're literally going like that. And now I feel like people do more of a bit of a bubble to the music. They want to bubble, they don't want to go all out for it, you know what I mean? They want to do a little bubble. So I was like, pre the bubble. Yeah, you get me? It's just like, it's one of those ones. If you wanted to go like that, you could, but I ain't go like that. So just do the normal thing. Yeah. So for this, let me see what kind of let me solo these strings real quick. It's little like what I did really. I think other than the pad, which like you'll hear when we play the beat properly after, which is missing, it was like all I did in terms of the strings was just really add that note there, like at the top of everything, and kind of give it just a harsher kind of coldness on that one moment, kind of just you're bubbling. That's the one where it's like go for it, like vroom, 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 like yeah. So yeah, that was all I did really. It was just going for a feel. I was just adding to the feel, like focusing on the feel, like literally not focusing. I wasn't focusing on anything other than just like the feel of it. So hopefully that came through as just a vibe. Hopefully, and then so now, yeah, it's an arrangement thing really. Show you the arrangement. What's this? Is that? Obviously that's just how it ended. Like it just obviously ended like that. But let's just go from the top. Cool. Yeah. So in terms of the arrangement, really I tried my best not to delve too far from what is like kind of like the template grime arrangement. And I feel like even like trappy music, like rap music, it's like a template kind of arrangement for it at this point. In terms of, it's either like your chorus, you're gonna have your 8-bar intro for grime, maybe it could be 16 on some like a rap tune or something, but like 8-bar intro. Some people go with the chorus first, which obviously I've done that here and there, but it's just I guess it's just the mood that you're trying to set. And with me, it was like I had the intro and I was trying to go down, not up. So I was trying to go down vibe-wise so I could go up, because I knew I'm spitting on it. So it's like, we're gonna do the intro, have it like glistening with the strings and that, and then like, you get me, sparse type of thing, and then like empty-ish, you get me, and then start to just let it build, let them feel it and that, or whatever. And then literally now we're at that's 2 8s and a 16, and the chorus is like 8 bars again, because that's just what it is. It's an 8-bar chorus, and then yeah, I think basically the tune kind of follows that arrangement in the sense of like, it's like 16 verse from me, 8-bar chorus, 16 verse from JME, and then another 8-bar chorus and a 16 verse from me. And I believe the last chorus is doubled for just because that's what you do at the end of the song. You just give it to them again, the most hyped up point of it. You give it to them twice to ring out, and then really like the engineer kind of added like an 8-bar outro, like when we was doing like the final mix and master and stuff. I didn't actually creatively add that to the tune, but it was just like, it was supposed to be there. Did he put it there? So it was like, cool. But yeah, that was the rhythm, man. And all in all, it was literally just about, I did what I set out to do in a sense of like literally just making like a clear, like a grime tune with like space, but a vibe where I feel anyway, it's like when you hear it, you kind of got to instantly like bubble a little bit, you know what I mean? You can't do the stiff thing for it. And that was all it was about. I just wanted something to kind of make the people move in a way that not just old grime, but like the best grime kind of like moves me. Yeah, so that's all we got time for today, guys. If you want to see the rest of the breaking down the beat, just buy the latest edition of Computer Music magazine and see it.